Guys, take a look at this. United States Congress to begin investigation into SEC Chairman Gary Gensler over possible purchase of 1.2 million XRP during the Ripple lawsuit. The potential for misbehavior on the part of Gary Gensler, chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, has been brought to the attention of significant members in the Bitcoin community through a series of tweets that have been sent out recently. During continuing legal struggle between the Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple Labs, there have been suspicions that Gensler may have purchased more than 1.2 million XRP tokens. These allegations have stimulated calls for an investigation by Congress, as well as the possibility that Gensler will resign from his position. Bree Madigan, the chief executive officer and global business leader, made the following announcement on Twitter. Investigations into SEC Chairman Gary Gensler's purchases of over $1.2 million in XRP during the Ripple lawsuit are likely to begin on May. A number of people in the cryptocurrency and financial industries raised their eyebrows in response to this tweet, which hinted at the possibility of legal repercussions for Gensler's conduct. These fears were echoed by Crypto Geek, a notable YouTuber who focuses on XRP, in a tweet that stated, breaking any state's Congress to begin inquiry into SEC Chairman Gary Gensler after a report which found that he may have purchased over $1.2 million XRP during the Ripple lawsuit. These revelations bring to light the increasing scrutiny that is surrounding Gensler's behavior and the consequences that it has for the integrity of regulatory oversight. According to reports, Gary Gensler is believed to be under a significant amount of pressure to resign from his post in light of these most recent occurrences. The prospect that Gensler will submit his resignation over the next several days has been mentioned in a dozen different stories. A further factor contributing to the increasing tensions within supervisory circles is the fact that Republicans in the House have even threatened to issue a subpoena to Gensler in response to charges of obstruction. In a mind-boggling $10 billion fine suggestion, XRP offers a $10 million settlement. In their most recent court filing on April 22nd, Ripple argued against the SEC's demand for a substantial $2 billion fine and offered an alternative approach. They asked the court to reject the SEC's motion and instead impose a significantly reduced civil penalty of no more than $10 million. Ripple challenges the SEC's $2 billion fine. Stuart Alderity, chief legal officer of Ripple, discussed the company's stance on the X platform and emphasized that the lawsuit does not include any accusations or findings of fraud or recklessness. He argued that the demand from the SEC is just one more in a series of menacing actions taken against the cryptocurrency industry in the US. Alderati echoed Alder's remarks when he said that Ripple has achieved multiple significant victories in the courts. According to Ripple SEO Brad Garlinghouse, the regulations put in place by the SEC will have far-reaching effects even when Gensler's tenure ends. According to Ripple, the $2 billion fine demanded by the Securities and Exchange Commission is legal and morally questionable because it shows that the agency is overreaching in its regulatory authority and is basing its demands on hypothetical future infraction. However, Ripple maintains that it has adjusted its strategy for selling XRP tokens to comply with court mandates. Changes to Ripple's XRP sales and disagreements with the ICE court filing, Ripple boasted about how it had improved XRP sales by revising its sales tactics and contracts to fix problems identified by the court. In response to the court's ruling, Ripple filed a document outlining the measures it has taken to ensure that its trading partners are qualified as accredited investors. Additionally, Ripple argued against the SEC's demand, pointing out that it's 20 times higher than what the agency has gotten from any other party involved in a case involving digital assets. The purpose of this post is to offer information and shouldn't be taken as advice, whether it be legal, tax, investment advice or not. Ripple argued against the necessity of discouragement and encouraged the SEC to reject petitions for prejudgment interest in monetary or any other form. In a complaint that Ripple filed, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission asked that Ripple Labs get $2 back from the firm for selling XRP tokens to institutions. The government is trying to scare off people who are involved in the digital asset, and the sum at stake is far lower than what is being claimed. The firm moved to dismiss the SEC's case, which claimed the company owed $2 billion in civil penalties and $876 million in cash, after the agency asked that the company pay the fines in court documents issued about 1 month ago. Included in the list of claims are $100.98 million in interest on the specified money and $876 million in damages for compensation. It's worth noting that Ripple has admitted to selling coins to institutional customers and that its executives have been dropped from SEC prosecution. Additionally, the company vehemently refuted the SEC's claims about the continuous practice of selling XRP institutions in his statement, and company officials said that the civil fine cannot exceed $10 million. Stuart Alderoty, Ripple's chief legal officer, emphasized that the SEC's accusations are based on a case that the agency has previously dropped. According to Alderoty, the agency is trying to scare off market participants by making it clear that it wants to penalize Bitcoin firms. Our stance against the SEC's $2 billion penalty seeking for past institutional trading is well known at this point. The SEC's request is just more proof of the ongoing in a case where Ripple was victorious on key points, but there were no accusations or verdicts of fraud or recklessness. The case itself had no such suspicions or findings. The SEC's request further demonstrates its persistent campaign of intimidation targeting all US-based cryptocurrencies. Stewart, in his capacity as chief legal officer of Ripple, reads the statement. In July of 2023, the corporation received a partial victory in a lawsuit brought by the SEC. The court ruled that XRP retail sales do not violate any securities laws. Nevertheless, the trial is still ongoing, and the next hearing is scheduled to address XRP's institutional sales. The XRP journey has been everything but smooth due to Ripple's ongoing dispute with the Securities and Exchange Commission. In the midst of legal turmoil, there's been a dramatic increase in the trading volume of XRP, which is currently priced around $55. The outcome of this case will have far-reaching consequences for Ripple and the cryptocurrency industry overall. In a recent development, Ripple has challenged the expert witness's declaration arguing that the SEC engaged in improper procedural conduct. The late filing has cast doubt on the fairness of the legal procedure and undermined Ripple's defense against the competition. In reaction to the SEC's brief about remedies, Ripple asked the court to deny the SEC's prayers for an injunction, discouragement, and prejudice interest. In addition, Ripple is proposing a civil penalty of around $10 million, claiming that the SEC failed to meet its duty to establish either fraud or recklessness. The plan is unveiled, which could pique your curiosity, and it explains why Ripple is launching its stablecoin at this same moment. Legal experts' opinions as we wait the filing of the move to strike the Fox declaration highlights Ripple's worries regarding the SEC's adherence to court norms and the integrity of the legal process. Ripple's position has garnered support from pro-XRP's attorneys like Bill Morgan and James Murphy, who have brought attention to the possible influence on the case's outcome. Ripple's general counsel member, Stuart Alderoty, publicly opposed the Securities and Exchange Commission's request for a $2 billion penalty over legacy institutional transactions. That's all for now.